Good afternoon. Welcome to Let's Talk TCI Real Estate. Thank you for logging in on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. Please like and share the page. Let someone know that we are on live. So, keeping up to date on what is happening in the market is very important for those who are looking to buy or sell real estate. This segment of Let's Talk TCI Real Estate is to simplify the market to you, to help you get a better understanding of the trends. So, before we dive into it, I would like to say a very special Happy Mother's Day in advance to all mothers who would be watching this program today. Every special treatment you get on the weekend is going to be well deserved. I would also like to say a special thank you to Mr. D'Amico Dean for sharing his project about the Bay Road development on the previous show. I always encourage you to go back and view if you did not have an opportunity to watch it live. Okay, so please like and share the page once again for all those who are listening in. Let me know that you are here. Let me know where you are listening in from. So we're going to just get right into it today about the market report. We are often asked the question, is it a good time to buy? It is very important to know that the market is going, it is actually very important to know what the market is doing in order to help answer that question. However, as a buyer, it is also important to know the capacity in which you would be buying. A colleague of mine had put it this way: are you an investor? Are you a home buyer? Or are you a spectator? So, if you are an investor, I'll say that an investor is someone who is buying real estate for the long haul. He is more concerned about what he can get out of the purchase after a few years. So that investor is willing to sit and wait for the market if need be. A home buyer, on the other hand, is someone whose priority is about finding a secure home at this very moment. Prices may not be favorable, but their immediate need is to place their family into a home right away. We find this most often with persons who are renting and need to get out of rent and into their own dwelling. And then there's a spectator, someone who isn't quite sure what their full intentions are. So they can be in this really for the short term. These are persons who may have to flip their property within a short period of time. This buyer may have to wait for prices to be lower or wait for a buyer's market where prices may be more favorable. So just to reiterate one more time, talking about is it a good time to buy? You have to decide within yourself, are you an investor? Are you in this for the long run? Are you a home buyer with an immediate need to purchase? Or are you just a spectator who aren't sure exactly what your full intentions may be and may have to flip within a short period of time? Okay? With that said, in the Turks and Caicos, I would say that we are in a seller's market. And we have seen an increase in real estate interest and in prices. The average days on the market is now lower than usual, which is an indication of properties selling quickly. Inventory is moving very fast, and at some price points, we are very low in inventory. There are also multiple offers on properties that would not have otherwise been a hot item. So these are some of the reasons why I believe that we are in a seller's market at this time. Okay? So I'll just say one more time, average days on the market is lower. Inventory is moving very quickly. Inventory is low. And we are receiving multiple offers on properties that would not have otherwise attracted so much interest. Okay? So today I have actually prepared some stats for everyone. So I am going to share my screen. And when I share the screen, I'm going to compare sales data for the period far back as 2019 2020, and 2021. And I'm going to share those stats for land, condos, and homes. Okay. And then after which, I'm going to share and compare the first quarter of each of those years to show the differences of where the market was and where the market is today. And the reason I want to do from 2019 up to current is because 2019 was a time when the market was very vibrant. And so just to give us an understanding of where the market was at before COVID and now where the market is after COVID. I think that's a very important set of stats that should be shared with everyone. All right. So I'm just going to share my screen and then I'm going to go over these stats with you step by step. All right. I'm hoping that you are able to see my screen and see the chart that I currently have on the screen. All right. I hope it's clear enough for you to view and to see the numbers on it as well. I'm going to try to go slow. I speak very fast sometimes. And I will say, I'll try to repeat myself just in case so we can get all of this information. Again, this is very important information for anyone who is looking to buy or sell. It's important to know what the market is doing, and that can help you make an informed decision on what you should do as a buyer or a seller. All right. I would like to also say that this information is based on stats that was received from the Turks and Caicos Real Estate Association database. So there may be sales that have not been recorded, as there are always private sales happening within the islands that may not be in our real estate association system, because of course you are allowed to use someone from the real estate association or not use someone from the association to sell your properties. You as an individual can also sell. So those data may not be reflected here. Okay, so please be guided accordingly and use this information at your own risk. I must say that. All right. So the first thing I have on the screen is actually the total land sales from January to December for the 3 years, 2019, 2020, and of course for 2021, the stats will only show as far as from January to May, because of course we're only now in May of 2021. You may say that we are at a that this year is at a disadvantage because do not have stats for the full year. But when we're done with this presentation, you will realize that we are not at a disadvantage by me including just the stats for this quarter of 2021. All right. So basically what this graph is showing you is that in January to December of 2019, there were 171 land units that were sold for that year. In 2020, there were 172. And then so far we have 56 for 2021. Okay? And the average sale price in 2019 is $353,865, and the total sale price is $60,511,000. For 2020, average sale price, you will see where it's increased to $389,034.05, and the total sale price is $66,913,857. Don't worry, I'm speaking fast, but I will break this down to you. And so far from January to May, we have had a total average sale price of $573,699.63 and total sale price at $32,125,499. So what does this say to me that I can tell you? So in the year 2019, the market was very good. We did not have COVID in mind at all. So by having 171 units, that was a good representation for 2019 at the time what we had seen in the real estate market. In 2020, we realized that we had even one more unit than 2019. And this was when, of course, like I say, during COVID, when the market was uncertain. It showed that the real estate market in the Turks and Caicos Islands stood the test of time by having 172 units sold. Plus, if you realize from this chart, the average sale price increased, and as well as the volume sales was greater than 2019. You would have thought that 2019 would have outweighed 2020 since there was so much uncertainty. But 2020 actually did much better than 2019. All right? So this result, in my opinion, was a result of the government concessions, but also shows that investor confidence still remain strong in the Turks and Caicos Islands despite this world crisis. Now in 2021, although we are only in the first quarter, we already have a total of 56 sales thus far. But the total sales volume is already at $32,125,499, which is already more than half of the total sales that happened in 2019 when we said the market was good, and just about the same for 2020. This is an indication that the market is still improving and prices are increasing. All right? So you're gonna see a trend going on as we talk about each year for each set of development, and I'm gonna give you a conclusion at the end with this all say. But it shows you that right now for 2021 we are in a good place in terms of real estate in the market, and it's always good to know that you have that investor confidence to invest in your country, especially during such a critical time as this. All right. So what I did further was to break the these land sales and to down further and compare them for each quarter for 2019, 2020, and 2021. So I'm now comparing apples with apples. So January to April of each year. In 2019, we had 63 unit sales. 2020, we had 51 unit sales, and already in 2021, we have 52 unit sales, right? And average sale price we noticed in 2019 is $532,936 and 51 cents, and in 2020 it's $4,503 576. And then in 2021, we are already up to $583,855.75. So for the 3 quarters, 2021 yet again is showing an increase in average sales price, right? The unit number is not as high, you'll see, because we have 52 as in 2019. Yet, the average sale price is much higher. This is an indication that prices are increasing. Why do I say that? I'm saying that because we have the question often, is it a good time to buy? Right now, what these stats are showing is that prices are increasing. Do not wait to say, I'm going to wait for that price to decrease, because right now we are seeing the prices are increasing. Now I'm going to show you the condo units. So for total sales from January to December 2019, January to December 2020, and of course January to May, because we are only in May, you'll see in 2019, condo sales were 68 condos that sold. 2020, 57 condos sold. And already in 2021, we have 41 condos that have sold. These condos are showing the same increase in market prices. Okay? So I just wanted to point out for this one, for this year, our average sale price is already $1,087,609.76. It's showing again an increase in price in the market for condo sales. Even though the volume is less, the average sale price has increased. I've broken it down into the quarter again, just so we can compare apples with apples. So January again to April for 2019, 2020, and 2021. So far, if you notice, for 2021, we have already sold 39 condo units. In 2019, there were only 23. And of course, in 2020, you had 19. This is showing that the condo market is back in full swing for 2021. In 2020, we had realized that there were not as many condo sales during the COVID period. Some of that was because, we have gathered information. I have received information from persons. They were looking for the safety net, and they were looking for standalone homes or vacation rental properties where they did not have to be clustered with other persons. So because of that, we had that was one of the reasons for a decrease in condo sales, as well as most of the condo projects were closed, for protection against COVID. So persons cannot access it to even view properties. So that condo market had decreased a bit in 2020. But you can see now, since 2021, this is only the first quarter, we have already established 39 condos that have been sold. So that's a significant increase. The average price also shows that the high-end condos are selling in this market at this time. So when you look at the average sale price, again, the average sales price for 2021 here is $1,124,493. Compare even to January, where the average sale price of 2019 was only at $689,304. All right? And in fact, if I break it down a little more for you, in the first quarter of 2019, we had 5 units. If I break it down a bit, 5 units that sold over $1 million, right? In 2020, there were 7 units that sold over the price range of $1 million and up. But for 2021, we have already sold 18 units over the price range of $1 million. I mentioned that to show you that this average sale price is showing you the prices of real estate is increasing. And if you realize our total sales volume is already at 43 million for 2021 compared to 15 million in 2019, which was a really vibrant market in 2019. Okay? I have two more slides to show, and then about these stats. I'm hoping that I'm not speaking too fast and you're understanding what I'm saying, and you would realize that these are very valuable stats that you can use to make an informed decision. So now we want to talk about the residential sales, right? So for 2019, 2020, again, 2021, overall sales for the entire year. So the home sales is more than half of the sales in 2019. And we are only in the first quarter of 2021. More persons are buying home for vacation rental purposes, like I talked about earlier, but also persons are looking for that seclusion because of COVID. Okay. In the first quarter of 2019, there were in the first quarter of 2019, there were 10 properties that were sold between the price point of 0 and 300,000. And then 8 properties that sold from $1 million and up. In 2020, the first quarter, 6 properties were sold between the price range of 0 and 300,000, and 7 properties from $1 million and up. And in 2021, for the first quarter, 2 properties sold between the range of 0 and 300,000, and 27 properties from $1 million and up. This is obviously showing you that low end property inventory has been depleted. And we need more inventory in this price range. And it continues to show you that the high end is very favorable at this time. And because of that, the average sale price is continuing to increase. All right. So this chart here shows you that, again, for this quarter, 41 properties have already been sold for this beginning quarter for 2021. Compared to last year, there were only 22 properties sold in the same time frame. And then in January of 2019, 32 properties were sold. Okay? So these information here, I think that the information is consistent in showing you that the market is vibrant. Prices are going up. Properties are moving faster. Inventory, there's a shortage of inventory, especially for the lower end properties. Okay? So I just want to run this chart before I stop sharing my screen, just at the top again, so you can see, right? Land unit sales, again, 2019, 2020, and 2021. And if you break it down, you could see that in 2021, we are doing really well, especially when you look at the volume of sales that are being taken in. I just want to run this by one more time. Condos have improved, right? Sales volume already for this year, 44,000. 592,000, 44 million, sorry, 542,000, and we are only in the first quarter compared to 68 units for the whole of 2019, 57 units for the whole of 2020. We are already at 41 units for condo sales alone in 2021. All right? This breaks it down even further, showing you that the average price is $1,124,923, and the sales volume for 2021 is already at $43,972,000 compared to $15 million, which was in 2019. So that's a significant increase, right? And then residential sales, again, shows the same consistency, where 2021 is actually doing very well. Okay? So I just want to say a few things. I know it's difficult, just looking at the screen, listening to me and understanding everything, but I hope that that information is straightforward, and I will also urge you to use an opportunity to go back over that. I do also have a copy of this market report, but also another market report that was created. If you would like a copy of it, I can always send you an email with it. But a few things again before we wrap it up is that I've said this over and over in this report. Prices are going up. Don't sit and wait thinking that you are going to wait for prices to be reduced. This report shows you that the average sale price is only increasing. Properties are moving faster. Okay? The average days on the market is decreasing because of the desire for properties. There's a shortage in inventory, especially for the lower end properties. Therefore, if a property comes on the market within your price range that's in the lower end, don't hesitate. Move quickly because there is a lot of interest in the lower end property just because of the lack of inventory. And I've said this before on a few shows. That's why it's so important, if you can, to try and get pre-qualified in advance so that when an opportunity presents itself with a property in your price range, you are able to act quickly. I do believe that these numbers indicate that the market in the Turks and Caicos is still attractive and that we are in a seller's market. Prices are only going to increase for now, so don't sit around waiting to see if prices will decrease. The majority of these sales were on Providenciales. While the other islands are not moving as quickly, I did not put as much emphasis on breaking down the various sales by island, like North Caicos, Grand Turk, South Caicos. But if you are looking for something reasonable or for a long-term investment, right, I would advise that you also start looking in those islands where prices are more favorable. Pick up some of these properties while there is an opportunity, because a market like this in the Turks and Caicos, I only can see it getting better. Of course, I do not have a crystal ball, but for now, all we can do is go by the numbers we are presented with and use that as a guideline to show persons that the market is very vibrant at this time. And if you can afford to, then it is a good time to get on board in terms of real estate investment. All right? I think that's it I have to say for today. There's a lot more to be said, but I was trying to be as brief as possible on the show today because just so you can, drink it all in, see what the market is saying at present, and use that to make an informed decision. And one last time I'm going to say to you, think about what your interest is at this time. Are you just a home buyer whose main priority is to secure a home for your family? Then yes, it is a good time to buy because your need is now, right? Don't just look at the prices, but make an informed decision to know that if this is what I need for my family now, then yes, it's time to buy. If you are an investor, you're thinking about the long term. If you're just a spectator and you're not sure what you want to do, then perhaps this may not be the market for you if you want to just flip properties within a short period of time. Okay? If you have any questions, you can always feel free. Write it in the comments. I will respond to them after the show, or always you can send me an email, v.delancey@kw.tc. All right? So please share this broadcast with anyone. And I will say to you as usual, thank you for logging on. Thank you for listening. Again, happy Mother's Day to all those lovely mothers out there. Enjoy your weekend. And I will say to everyone else, until next week, stay safe and remain blessed. Have a great afternoon. Thank you.
The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this show belong solely to Let's Talk TCI Real Estate and not that of Keller Williams TCI or any of its affiliates. Any action you take upon the information provided on this show is strictly at your own risk, and Let's Talk TCI Real Estate guest or host will not be liable for any losses and damages in connection with the use of the material. I am not an investment advisor, broker, or dealer.